Good day, listeners! Welcome to Figure It Out!
Hi Michelle, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine. How about you, Mary?
Yes, actually, I'm also doing well today. My day's been going smoothly.
So, that's good. For today's episode, we should buckle up because we are about to go deep and talk about mental health, specifically on depression. So, for our all listeners out there who might feel uncomfortable or triggered about this sensitive topic, you can click up this episode of podcast and we are totally understand.
And to those who decide to stay and listen, welcome to our Figure It Out. We hope we shed some light on these sensitive issues and bring about awareness on the topic. Anyway, have you heard about the latest issue on the suicide incident at St. Louis University? In less than 2 weeks, 2 students were reported to have committed suicide last September, which sparked concerns on social media. And just 3 days ago, the SLU student suicides have spiked with a total of 10 deaths already.
Yes, I feel so bad about it. Actually, I read an article that the suicide rate spiked in the Philippines when the pandemic started. So today, we invited 2 different personalities sharing different stories.
Good day, listeners. I'm Mr. Batumbakal, 30 years of age, and I'm currently working as a security guard. As a security guard, we're entitled to be always tough. However, behind this entitlement, there's a story behind it. At the age of 15, I witnessed my dad hurting my mom right in front of me. There is a time that I saw him pick a knife and put it on my mom's neck.
Sorry to ask, but how do you feel after seeing that?
I was so frustrated. I felt helpless. Everyone wants a perfect family. I cried. I actually thought about hurting my dad. I felt like he never loved us. I've been traumatized for months and years. And so I isolated myself and I chose to follow the influence of my peers rather than my own parents.
How do you deal with it?
At first, I coped with it using drugs and alcohol. I even lost my appetite. But then, I dreamt that someone came to me and asked me, "How am I? Am I doing well? Am I still normal?" And the way I responded was unbelievable. Because I see myself drowning in my own tears. Never in my life have I thought about doing that thing. I just cried, and he tapped my back, saying, "It's okay. If you're tired, if you have thoughts on giving up, but remember, you are still dreaming and breathing because you have a purpose." Then I wake up breathless, and I took a deep breath, telling myself that I must revise myself.
Now that you can finally see the light, after that crying, what did you do?
I started to go home to my family. I was living with my friend, and the day that I came back home, I stood in front of our door. I started saying sorry to my mom, because I've wasted the life that she gave me, and not giving Daddy the chance to change. Because at the time, I never believed that he could ever change at all. And on that day, he took me in and forgave me. My mom told me,
"Okay mo anak, kalambat ning panalangin ni makabalik ka kay kami. Lagi kaming mag-alala nung nanong kabilyan mo ngeni. Salamat king Diyos at masalese ka."
and now, for the listeners, it's time to forgive yourself too. You are just a person who's living in this cruel world. Don't be harsh on yourself, and always take a deep breath.
Wow, I have no words for this. Hands down to you, sir.
Well, listeners, take a sip of water before we go to another touching and heartwarming stories. We'll see you after these short ads.
During this pandemic, it's necessary for us to be extra careful at all times, especially that we don't even know if we are already the carrier of the disease. Introducing the #1 germ killer alcohol, isopropyl alcohol biogenic. Biogenic alcohol is used as a complete disinfectant, sterilizer, cleanser, and general antiseptic for everyday all-around use. Just for a price of 99 pesos, you can keep yourself clean and moisturized with biogenic alcohol with 70% solution that helps in germ protection and defense. Isopropyl alcohol biogenic, the #1 germ killer.
And welcome back! We have here a new guest and he's ready to share his story. Do you mind to introduce yourself?
Hey listeners, I'm Apple. I'm 18 years old, a college student, and currently taking Bachelor of Science in Nursing.
Welcome to Figure It Out podcast. Can you tell us about your story?
Well, in life, I've always been cheerful and optimistic person. I always talk to people about positive things because I like to be bright for myself. But when the college journey began, I think I became drained due to academic stress. Okay, trigger warning because I will mention that and panic attacks. My stress grew bigger, followed by my dad's death because of COVID-19. He was the one who worked for us and got affected by the virus. Memories are still fresh, and up to this time, it's still bringing us pain. The hardest part was realizing and accepting that he's now gone, not coming back for us. I almost lost myself too.
Oh, my condolences to you and your family. It seems, and I'm sure you were very close to your dad. I hope your family is good. How were you doing after this tragedy happened?
At first, of course, I became uninterested with everything. I always space out. It's like I'm physically present, but my mind is wandering somewhere. I feel hopeless. What am I gonna do with my life? I lost my father, I lost my strength. How am I supposed to continue living? So what I did, again, trigger warning, I tried to hurt myself, physically, cutting, beating myself up mentally.
How about your mother? How was she during that time?
She really lost it. She can't function that much, but she's a brave woman. Even if she was tired and exhausted, she never stopped taking care of us. She became my support system. That's why, even if I almost drawn with darkness and sadness, my mom told me she's taking her strength through me. Despite of all the nightmares and endless breakdowns, I managed to fight for my betterment. I choose to stand up again with the help of my mom and people around me.
I can't imagine how hard it must have been to swallow by your own hands. But it's nice to think that the painful days cut through the heart, giving you that realization that your dad is waiting on as long as you live, that there is life, there is hope.
Thank you for this opportunity that you guys gave me. I hope the listener will find the courage to maintain their peace and meet the light again.
Yes, and we appreciate you for sharing with our listeners. Thank you for participating in our today's podcast, Mr. Batumbakal and Apo. Indeed, life is a roller coaster. It brings us to our ups and downs. We might get stuck for a while, but we can still move forward.
And friendly reminders to all our viewers.
You are valid.
You are loved.
You are a person.
And you are worthy.
And that is the end of our daily podcast.
Always to remember to
Figure it out.